Out of all mankind's millions, only a handful know the full horrifying danger.
Johnny, have I heard this right? The World Economic Forum, it wants to ban the private ownership of cars? Yeah, apparently so, Johnny. I didn't hear too much about it on the bloody mainstream media, but that's apparently what they want to do.
Time for the Hot Topic Buzz. So get this, the World Economic Forum is now looking to reduce ownership of private vehicles.
Too, as Klaus Schwab and the World Economic Forum made another grand announcement to the world, stating yet again that we need to surrender our right to private car ownership.
Surely they're joking, Johnny. How would that work in big countries like the US and Australia? Well, I think they're talking about Europe mainly, Johnny, where there's smaller countries and people can walk around a bit easier, but...
The World Economic Forum are espousing. They're essentially saying, trying to take away your free will. Oh, you can't drive a car. And again, trying to apply the ideas out of Europe onto the United States. Europe has a lot of mass transit. It's a very small continent. And North America, not so much.
I think that cars have become a fundamental part of our culture, of our way of life, a way of getting around, and to want to just change that because you're a fucking billionaire doesn't seem to be much of a reason. A lot of the people at the World Economic Forum, Johnny, they own cars all right, but they don't bloody drive them.
In fact, less than 5% of the World Economic Forum members drive electric cars, meaning that more than 95% of all members of the World Economic Forum drive awful, gas-guzzling, bad for the environment, evil, and boy, did I forget racist, vehicles that are currently destroying our home planet.
But Johnny, who the hell is the World Economic Forum anyway?
Hundreds of gas-guzzling private jets took off this week as billionaires from all over the world jetted off to Davos, Switzerland for the ritzy and glamorous World Economic Forum. A week-long event for the ruling class to talk down to the rest of us.
Yeah, well, it's this bloody forum, big meeting set up by the bloody forum's bloody originator, Klaus Schwab. Russell Brand, he doesn't like him.
But who is Klaus Schwab? What does he want? What goes on at the World Economic Forum? And should we be afraid of their evil, malicious agenda? Klaus Schwab, the ringmaster of festivities at the World Economic Forum in Davos, has been known to tell underlings that he anticipates one day receiving a Nobel Peace Prize. Probably get a Nobel Peace Prize one day, don't you reckon? No. Schwab's greatest accomplishment is decidedly entrepreneurial. He has developed the forum from an earnest meeting of policy wonks into a glittering assembly of the world's richest people.
Now he's a sort of a joker who he gets around like he's the bloody king of the bloody castle.
In times of crisis, the role of governments is more important and more relevant than ever.
Yeah, right. And he makes all these big predictions about what the world's going to do and how we're going to transform everything and all that sort of stuff. But to me, he seems like an egotistical fucking maniac.
Future is not just happening. The future is built by us.
Oh, look at Klaus. Klaus is he's a bloody...
By a powerful community as you here in this room. We have the means to improve the states of the world.
But Johnny, Klaus reminds me of somebody. He's sort of a combination of a few different people, I reckon. Who's he like, Johnny? Well, I reckon he looks like some of those bloody villains in the James Bond movies.
Just imagine all those people clicking away over Klaus.
Satisfied with the progress so far?
My government is quite satisfied.
Good. I am Ernst Stavro Blofeld. They told me you were assassinated in Hong Kong.
Yes, this is my second life.
You only live twice, Mr. Bond. Look forward personally to exterminating you, Mr. Bond.
Or the Austin Powers movie.
Do you expect me to talk?
No, Mr. Bond, I expect you to die.
In times of crisis,
there is nothing you can talk to me about that I don't already know.
And he's got a little bit of this bloke about him too, I reckon.
Meine Arbeit für Richtigkeit, ob du glaubst.
It's not just happening. The future is built by us. by a powerful community as you here in this room.
Jesus, Johnny, is that bloody racist? Racist? I don't know whether it's bloody racist or not. If you look and sound like somebody, you bloody look and sound like somebody. Well, yeah, I suppose Klaus can bloody handle it.
Would you have the nerve to talk about it?
Have you ever wondered what they do at Davos? I certainly have. And now a new book written by Peter Goodman reveals exactly what goes on in that peculiar conference held at high altitude. And it's not just nefarious stuff. It's not just coming up with ideas that will bleed down from the top of that mountain into the governmental systems of ordinary folk like you and I. There's also weird role plays going on. And also, perhaps more important than anything, virtual signalling on an alpine scale.
I mean, Johnny, has the general population got any say in it, though? Did we come up with the idea that we want a whole lot of billionaires to get together and work out plans that are going to fuck our lives up? No, they don't have anyone from the bloody general population go up and talk, Johnny. They don't have anyone who just comes up on stage and says, look, fellas, here, I know you're all billionaires, but we really need some bloody help with the world hunger situation. No one says that. Why would they want working class people up there talking, Johnny?
At the expense of us, the hardworking citizens of the world. Because of course it's easier to control and have more power over the masses when we don't have any means of independent transportation. And what that does, if you really think about it, is hinder our ability as a people to assemble.
Avengers!
Assemble.
Which, honestly, I think is what they fear the most. People united. Because
So perhaps it's a way of controlling people in that particular instance. I think it's got to be something that's bloody thought about. Instead of trying to bloody ban private ownership of cars in the Western world, perhaps they should be looking at getting the poor bastards in Africa cars in the first place.